So something really exciting. I've already partially opened it, but I received an email asking if I would like to try out some art materials, and I'm really excited to try these out. And it is from a company called Lightwish, and I have officially received the parcel, and I want to go through these and show you guys them. And I'm just going to be kind of giving my thoughts and opinions on them. Before the email, I had actually not heard of Lightwish before, so I'll add some information about them and their art materials. And they have sent me this package which contains some of the soft oil pastels and also, I believe, a swatching sketch pad. So I shall show and get into these now. So these were the items that I received. I've been offered the 77 colours soft oil pastel from Lightwish, and these are all the colours that you get. How beautiful do they look? I can already tell, like I say in all my other videos, I'm a real sucker for greens. I know for a fact I'm going to love all this section, and it looks like there's some nice mint kind of colours and some blues. I'm extremely excited to try these oil pastels out and also to use the swatching sketchbook that was sent with them as well. I'm extremely grateful for Lightwish for reaching out to me and my channel, and I'm really glad that they seem to like what I show on my art channel and that they liked it enough to send me out these materials to try. I received these free of charge. I did not pay anything towards getting these, just to upload my kind of review or opinion across any media in regards to these art products. So I'm just wanting to do this video and get these oil pastels, give them a swatch using the swatch book that they sent me, and also just kind of giving a little trial painting session and just really seeing and trialing out these oil pastels and seeing what they're like, what their pigments are like, what the colours like and the vibrancy, and just see how I overall feel about them, as I've only just recently started getting into oil pastels, but I'm extremely excited to try these out. The swatch book that was sent with these is super cute as well. I really enjoyed doing the swatches on them and not having to actually try and keep them in designated areas, with them already having a print out of the swatches and also an underlining where you can write the names of any of the materials you swatch. I really did like that. And the paper as well is extremely sturdy and almost like more like card. It was quite thick and seems like really good quality paper, so I did really enjoy this. So I was offered the Lightwish 77 colour floral theme soft oil pastel set. On their site it states the 77 vibrant floral colours with professional light fastness. Unleash your creativity with this exclusive 78 piece set, 77 unique floral themed shades plus white marked with the light fastness, ensuring your artwork maintains its brilliance and resists to fading over time. You basically get 78 colours in total technically, but the 77 are unique colours which it states on their site, and then you get 2 whites on top of that as well, which I really liked because I do use quite a lot of white in the oil pastels. They say on their site that they're buttery soft and smooth blending. Each pastel is around 69mm by 10mm, versatile multi-purpose art supply, which is great as for any gift for any person. They sell, when I was having a little look at their website, they sell a range of pastels, paints, papers and craft supplies, and including brushes and easels and different travel sets and accessories. They offer free shipping and duty free almost worldwide, and then I do believe when I had a look they offer a 30 days money back guarantee. They were the different offers that I saw across their website, so overall seems like really nice. I like the layout of their website as well, it seemed very cute. I really like the look of some of the travel sets. I think there was like little sketchbooks where it has a clip in palette on the inside page, and then you've got the sketchbook on the opposite side when I was just having a quick brief look over. So overall very cute, and I'm very excited to try out the pastels. So in terms of the pastels, once I got down to swatching them, I noticed a lot of the colours were very similar in terms of opacity and light fastness that you kind of see across a lot of brands, whether that's your Faber-Castell or your Winsor & Newton or your Dale & Roney. When I have ever swatched different art materials, I tend to find a lot of colours have very similar opacities and light fastness, no matter what brand you're using. Obviously there is more professional ranges and then there is more student grade ranges, but I tend to find certain colours and certain pigments tend to have similar opacities to them. So once again, I noticed a lot of the blues and greens, they had more like a less opacity, and then your more opaque colours across these were things like your yellows and oranges, and the reds and the greys were quite pigmented as well. And then obviously you've got black, which was extremely pigmented as well. I felt like the white was extremely pigmented as well. I felt like it really stood out when I ended up doing a painting, which you'll see later on in the video. I was able to really layer the colours on top of each other, and they kind of withheld each other and didn't do too much smudging, so I really did like that. When I was swatching the oil pastels, I really did enjoy all the different colours they offer. The only kind of colour, which I find this once again, no matter what brand you use, the only colour that seemed to be a little bit lower opacity, and you probably need a couple of layers to get it fully pigmented, was the ultramarine. I believe that was its name. It was one of the blue shades, which I think I point to in one of the videos. I feel like no matter what brand I use, ultramarine always does seem to be quite light. It seems to be quite translucent pigment, and I kind of expected that, but a lot of the colours that were supposed to be quite translucent and the opacity wasn't actually as high, I found all of them were overall very vibrant and very pigmented. I actually felt like they all were quite opaque, in my opinion personally, and they were definitely right with them being buttery soft. They were extremely soft and palatable. They seemed like they were really smooth, and they really flowed easy on the page. There was obviously some that were way softer than others, like with any kind of pastel you're using. I found some of the browns were a little bit harder in terms of consistency, but overall all of them were quite soft and buttery. I feel like their website really does describe them perfectly by saying they're buttery soft, because they really were buttery soft. My hands ended up getting stained, and I did accidentally, because I have quite long nails, I did end up taking little bits out of the pastels by accident when I was trying to get them out of the packaging. So they were really soft and really blendable. I found the blends were really lovely with the oil pastels as well. So overall, I was really excited just from the swatches alone. The only thing I did find, we were going through, when I received these, we were going through a bit of a heat wave here in Durham, but I kind of had them out of the sun, but I did notice some of the oil pastels, unfortunately, were sweating a little bit. So they were the oil seemed to be kind of leaking out of the pastel a little bit, and they were just sweating a little bit. Once again, my art room was really hot and we were going in a heat wave, so I did end up finding that my hands got quite oily, so I was kind of struggling to hold the pastels at one point because my hands were kind of just slipping with the oil pastel. So I dried them out, separated them all, and then I kind of just left it and did the swatches on the evening, and it was much better when it was a bit cooler, because my art room was extremely hot, and I just don't think that was helping the situation at all. And I don't unfortunately have any fans or aircon, so I give it a little bit of time and let it cool down a bit, and then I went back to swatching, and they were absolutely fine after that. That was kind of the only little hiccup that I had really with them. But overall, this soft oil pastel set really contains a nice range of colours and pigments, and overall the quality and appearance of each oil pastel was very nice. And overall the quality of packaging as well was very nice. I have had oil pastels in the past, which I think I've commented on before. Some of the packaging's really hard to kind of see the naming, as the packaging label kind of covers over the names, but these were nice and format, and they all were laying out really nice, and the packaging had the names clear and the light fastness clear, and also the pigment name code name clear, which I really enjoy because it just makes my life easier without having to kind of figure out where the names are. And I liked all the names for the colours as well. There were some obviously simple standard colour names, and then some had some really cute names. I think there was a moss green, and I always kind of like any kind of some of them had a lot of floral kind of names, and I really did enjoy that as well. overall they offered a lot of vibrant colours, different ranges of mixes of tones and shades and colours and different ranges across the board, and you just could do a lot of with these oil pastels. I feel like there isn't any really colour they missed out. You got a good versatile range. There's different paintings you could do with these, and just overall just offers a good variety. And I feel like if you're a beginner, I feel like this is definitely an amazing set to get because you pretty much have all the colours. But this definitely trumps in the amount you get. You get 78 colours in total, 2 whites, and they were just overall, you just get an abundant amount of them, and I'm just in love with them basically. As well as, I know this isn't about the packaging, but the box itself that the pastels came in with the floral artwork imprinted on the box is beautiful. The box is really sturdy. I really liked the layout of them being 3 separate trays that's inside this one box, and I liked how each individual tray still had all the pigments and colours labelled on the back as well. I really enjoyed that. And I also liked how it come with sponge protection in between, so it stopped the pastels from moving when they got transported to me and delivered. They came perfectly fine. They were very well securely wrapped. There was no damages done to them, there was no breakages. They came really well packaged, and overall they offer obviously a variation of reds, yellows, greens, pinks, purples, blues, greys and oranges. The packaging was beautiful, the layout of them was beautiful, and you get good size pastel sticks with them. They're obviously a thinner pastel, but I really enjoy that. They're very comfortable to hold, and they're very comfortable to use and easy to use, very buttery and soft, and they just swatched really well, and they also stacked on top of each other really well. I found you could really kind of stack the colours onto each other when I was doing a painting, which you'll see later in the video. And I also found that they blended really nice as well. A lot of the colours blended really nice. It was very smooth, and the transition between the colours and the variations you can get and the variance and grade of colour, it was just very beautiful and just overall amazing. I really enjoyed using these. video. This was one of the paintings that I created with the oil pastels from Lightwish. I really enjoyed using them. They were really creamy and you really could layer the colours well. These are just kind of an overview of all the colours that you get, because we are now coming towards the end of the video. You get a multitude of colours. I really enjoyed doing this painting. It was a little photo I took when I was at York last week, and just overall everything was really beautiful. They swatched really nice. They were all very creamy and buttery and soft, and they were just really nice pastels to use. I could have like a lot of fun with these. I also ended up deciding to do a second painting, which I will insert here, and it was of a beach scene that I took a while ago when we went to Whitby a few months back at the hilltops. And then these are just a few of the swatching pages of the different trays. And overall I'm just really impressed with all these colours and the range that you get, and just had so much fun overall creating all the different paintings with these oil pastels. They are definitely becoming one of my favourites to use. So once again, thank you so much Lightwish for sending me these products out to give them a try. Lightwish are also hosting their 6th anniversary event with up to 20% off site-wide from the 18th of August to the 24th of August, so do feel free to have a check on their site for those offers. And also you can find in the description box below the link to their official site and also their Amazon pages. They are all down below in the description box. And once again, thank you for watching this video, and thank you Lightwish for all the amazing products. I hope everyone has a lovely rest of their week and take care. Bye.